Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire, Fight Store and our Kings Competitions. We're here. Lewis Crocker. Lewis said to you off camera, I can't wait for this fight. Just as a sort of boxing fan, a purist, I think everybody knows what we're in for. Belfast is such a special city for atmosphere, excitement, the proper boxing people. Before we talk about Paddy and everything else, how excited are you to put on a show and headline in front of your people in the Odyssey, the now SSE?
Yeah, like even just like Belfast fight nights, even as like at the Ulster Hall or a small hall show, it's always electric. So, you know, over 8,000 here, it's going to be on Saturday and arguably the biggest Irish fight of all time. It's going to be special.
Now, every fight needs a dance partner. You've got one. I think people were going with the narrative of North v South and all this, but I think Andy Lee sort of summed it up perfectly. This is a fight between just two, very good welterweight fighters, and we sort of know what that dangled carrot is at the end of the rainbow, IBF title fight, which is just sort of in the offing as well. Does that add more pressure to this now?
No, like even if it was nothing on the line for me and Paddy, I'm still as determined to beat him, But having that IBF is obviously it's amazing to be in touching distance of it. But I'm just fully focused on Paddy at the minute.
You guys have been talked about, I think, must have been for the last 18 months where I speak to one of the other one's name gets brought up. Why is that? Where does this sort of stem from? Is it just the natural progression because of the weights you're in? Is there that rivalry? I know there's been things said, that's part of the build-up. It happens, I'm sure. Whatever happens, you probably shake hands after it. That's the way it goes. But where does it stem from?
Well, Paddy was with Matchroom and I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I built my way slowly. He got obviously like the big break. Like he was saying with Top Rank straight away and stuff, you know what I mean? But once I got my break with Matchroom, like I shot on too, so that's where my name started to come on the scene.
I want to ask you, I saw the face-off with Addy and things like that, and there was talks of everyone starting boxing. You've alluded to it there. He had the Top Rank build-up, then the Matchroom. Do you feel like because you've sort of quote-unquote done it the hard way, where you've earned your stripes on the smaller shows, got your opportunity, and now it's up to yours to keep it? Do you feel that sort of stands you in good stead, the fact that maybe you didn't have that, there's your big contract first up straight away kind of thing?
Definitely, my last fight I fought in the way corner. I fought Tyrone McKenna from Belfast before in a sold out Odyssey or SSE. So like all these things like I'm accustomed to. And like just different things. So this will be new for him on Saturday. But it's one like I'm fully used to,
It's going to be a Lions then for him, I think, on Saturday night. Are you quite pleased just with the turnout for these press conferences? It's been just electric. How good is it just to have that here though, especially Belfast? It's been long crying out for these. We've had it with Michael Conlon over the years, obviously Ryan Burnett and many other good fighters. But the fact this is sort of yours and Paddy's opportunity to grab the bull by the horns in this city now, and to keep bringing these big shows back here. Yeah,
like this doesn't happen without the support that I get in Belfast, and I'm so grateful and so proud to represent the city. It's given me like a Frampton vibe, so it was like I don't know when you were naming offer. I was
my gosh, sorry.
And then obviously you have Kakachi and stuff now as well, who's doing his thing, win a world title and fighting Wood here. So Belfast is buzzing at the minute.
Got to ask you, so I watch when you're both facing off and you sort of keep you cool, you calm. He always mentions himself as a world level fighter, as a top level fighter, mentions you as a good domestic fighter. Is that in a way a little bit music to your ears, because it's like you can sort of give yourself that label, that's fine, it's up to you to sort of back that up, whereas it takes a bit of that, I don't know if you had it, you seem quite cool, but it takes any pressure away from you, him sort of label you as that, means it's all to do for him.
Like he's talked all this nonsense the whole way up, but he's got to back it up on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's what I say. Like, he's a superstar, and like the way they talk, he should whip you out here in 1 or 2 rounds. So I'm not really upset at that,
When you're talking, obviously everyone I think coming into this, I think it's quite wrong actually. I think Billy alluded to it as well, saying, it's not power puncher versus a boxer. Lewis is a very good boxer. Paddy's got knockouts on his record, he can crack a little bit too. But is it surprise you when they talk about, no, I'm coming here to stop Lewis Crocker? Does that surprise you? Because Paddy is known more, I suppose, for his elusiveness, from keeping that distance and popping off with a jab and then picking his shots maybe later down the stretch. Does that surprise you? Do you expect him to come for you in this fight, or is this going to be like you chasing him? What do you think? What's your gut telling you?
No, listen, I've prepared for everything in this fight, boxing, fighting. So I'll show it on Saturday.
I was speaking to Billy, I think it was last year, and he says he never had anyone who hits as hard than you on the pads. And he asked Martin Bacoli and all these men. I'm like, you sure you got a few heavyweights and Aaron Beck? They're good fighters. And he's like, trust me. He says I've never heard it. Other people have said as well. They've seen you in the gym with the 16s on, and they said it's frightening. You fully are hand on heart. I look at you and think you expect to stop this man this week, don't you?
I do. I'm fully confident. Yeah, I do. I believe it in my heart.
I want to ask you, I want to get your reaction to yesterday. I know this week is about you, and I feel like it's almost a shame that this Eubank Ben thing was happening this week, because although it brings attention to boxing, I feel like this really deserved its own week. It's that bigger fight. But could you ever imagine a scenario of someone slapping an egg clean off your face at a weigh-in and at a press conference? What's your reaction to what went on?
I just seen the clip of it yesterday, and I was like, it's crazy. Like, I heard Eddie say, like, you could sell another 70,000 tickets now for it. You know what I mean? So it's a fight that I'm going to absolutely watch. Crazy.
Who do you think? Who would you give the edge to in that fight? Obviously, Conor's jumping up in weight. I think he's a big 147. He's quite thick, but what do you make of that? Eubank losing a few. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's a spectacle. It's an event.
At the start, I was Eubank, just because I think he'd be very big, Ben going up 2 weights. But if I seen sort of Eubank saying he's only going to be 60% or something, he's taking him lightly, and I think Conor's very hungry, very powerful. So do you know what? I'm 50-50 on it.
Right, have you got a message to the fans who have come out here today, who are going to pack this arena for you? Electric atmosphere live on DAZN. You got a message for these before we sign this off?
Yeah, to everyone who's came out and supported me. I appreciate everyone who is, and I couldn't be more proud. Thank you.
Lewis Crocker, all the best. So it is a fight for the fans. This. We wish you all the best. We'll catch up after the fight.
Thank you, mate. Sounds good.